It would be an incredibly naive, I'd say even stupid person who thought that a good record gets where it is just by being a good record. It's not the case. The inducements that are made to ensure a record becomes successful are like manifold, and I wouldn't like to you know, go on record as saying one particular thing or another. But obviously money changes hands. Obviously certain people who are responsible for what turns up on pop TV programmes are given nice holidays in nice sunny places in order that those bands actually, you know, get filmed in those nice sunny places, and that happens. Of course, like, a music paper is more likely to be induced to give a band a cover if they can be offered that cover story in San Francisco rather than Scunthorpe. Of course, a record shop is likely to stock a record and make sure that it gets more prominent display if for every record that shop sells, they get 2 free to sell. It's just like, you know, basic human greed, you know, I mean, which is what the whole industry revolves around, which is what, like, the whole pop business, you know, is about, is greed. And that's the way it works. But I don't think that's to say it's corrupt, though, because corruption suggests something underhand, and it really isn't that underhand at all. It's so obvious that, you know, everybody does it and everybody knows about it.
Well, admit it, you're probably a bit interested by now, aren't you? You're wondering whether you should go out and spend your last fiver on this book. Well, to help you, we thought that we'd get the advice of someone who knows something about having #1 hit singles. I mean, let's face it, this kind of stuff doesn't come cheap. But this is a man whose name is spoken in hushed tones by industry bigwigs. A man who gently guided the Pet Shop Boys to the top. The man who wrote the immortal line, "When will I be famous?" Yes, Tom Watkins was responsible for the success of Gross. But we're not going to hold that against him. Tom, do you think if you followed the instructions in this book to the letter, you could have a #1 single?
No.
I don't think it should be taken too seriously, you know. It is written in a light-hearted way, and you know, it's very expensive. If you read the book, it's quite an expensive exercise.
How many bank managers, okay, are going to entertain musicians? 0. First base falls. You ain't going to get the dough.